What if I told you in just 6 months I went from this to this, losing 100 pounds and keeping it off for 6 years? In this video, I'm revealing the secrets behind how I did it, the mistakes I made along the way, and why staying fit for the long haul is way harder than you think, but so incredibly worth it. So stick around because what I learned may help you with your approach for your transformation. But first, let me explain how I ballooned up to almost 300 pounds. In 2019, I was in my last season of track and field as a thrower. I threw shot put, hammer, weight throw, and my best event, discus. I started throwing in high school, and it's really what introduced me into lifting weights. I didn't know a thing about track and field or lifting weights, but I knew I had to get strong. And strong I got. By the time I was a senior in college, I was able to 2-board bench press 405, normal bench press 395, hang clean for 355, hang snatch 285, and squat and deadlift just over 500 pounds respectively. In my head, in order to get strong, I had to eat absolutely everything I could get my hands on, so I did. Every day, I would track my calories and aim to get at least 4,500 calories. I would also avoid cardio like the plague, thinking it was going to make me weaker and lose my gains. I did not care about the type of food or if the food was good or bad for me. I just needed calories to make me lift more weight and throw further. It's safe to say I overdid it. I went into college at 220 pounds, and by the time I was a senior in my last season of track and field, I weighed just under 300 pounds. While I did end up having a pretty successful throwing career, becoming a Division I All-American in the discus, something that I'm still very proud of to this day, I had lost control of my eating habits and had done some permanent damage to my body. I knew I needed to make a change and make it fast. And in 2019, once I was done with my throwing career, I decided to make that very change. At first, I spent hours and hours researching what diet I should be on in order to lose the most weight quickest, and what type of weightlifting I should be doing as well to aid with that weight loss. And the diet I decided on going with was Stan Efferding's vertical diet. I would stick to it religiously, no matter what, and whenever I would plateau, I would lower the calories gradually in order to keep on losing weight. I jacked up my lifting from 2 days a week to 6 days a week, with at least 40 minutes of cardio a day, on the ellipticals usually. I know that might sound insane, but at the time I was so dedicated to losing the weight and keeping it off that I was willing to do almost anything in order to make that happen. As the weeks and months went by, the weight just started to fall off of me. First 10 pounds, then 20 pounds, then 50 pounds, then 75 pounds. And by the beginning of January of 2020, I had lost 100 pounds. I went from 300 pounds to 200 pounds in the span of just 6 months. With that being said, the process was not always easy, and the amount of times I wanted to cheat are uncountable. But I wanted to lose the weight more than I wanted to taste the delicious food. Since losing the weight, I've been able to keep it off for almost 6 years as well. And I've done this by not taking some magic pill or secret trick, but by the continuous and never-ending will to get stronger, increase my endurance, and better myself every single day. Not every day is easy, but I promise you, every day is worth it. If you are starting your weight loss journey or are already on one, here are 3 tips that I have to lose the weight and then keep it off forever. The first tip I have for you is, if you do not already love exercising, whether that be lifting weights, running, or playing sports, you need to actively search for something that you love to do that gets you moving or active, and do it most days, if not every day. I'm saying this because physical activity is going to give you such a mental boost and make everything else in life easier, I promise you. Find your method of movement and stick with it, and never be afraid to try new things. My second tip is, you need to change how you look at food altogether. This is easier said than done, trust me, I know. My appetite is still huge and I'm constantly hungry. The biggest difference now for me at least, is I look at food as fuel and not as a way to comfort myself and feel better. Eating still does feel good, and I love delicious food, and there is still a way to keep off weight and eat amazing food, don't get me wrong. It just cannot be what you eat for every single meal, in most cases. The most tasty foods are usually the ones with the most amount of calories. These foods taste good and make our anxious and tired minds feel better in the moment, but then ultimately worse an hour later. Please do not abuse food, because ultimately, you're just abusing yourself in the end. My last tip for you is this: make the good things easy for you to do, and the bad things hard for you to do. What I'm really saying is set yourself up for success. An example of this is, instead of keeping a bunch of calorie-dense snacks in your pantry and refrigerator, just don't buy them at all and replace them with better options for yourself. You need to remove the temptations from your pantry and your life. Another example of this is setting up your day in a way that is advantageous for sticking to an exercise routine. It is easy to say you do not have enough time to go to the gym or go run or whatever other activity it is you choose to stay active. I promise you, you do have plenty of time. In my field of work, we regularly start at 6:30 in the morning. I used to go work out before that when my schedule did not allow me to work out after. That means I would wake up at 4 a.m. to go and work out. There is no excuse to not work out besides the ones you allow yourself to believe. There is always time for the important things in your life, and your health and body should be one of those things. And there you have it. I hope that my transformation really showed you just how fast you can make big changes in your health by making simple choices. I know life is busy and you may feel like you're out of control, but I promise you, you can make the positive changes and do exactly what I did. I am nothing special, so if I can do it, so can you. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I will continue to post videos such as this and other videos and tutorials to help you along with your fitness journey while I also share mine with you. We're all in this together. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.